Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Flower Friday. Today we're going to be making this shabby cute little fabric flower with some lace and some pearls. Perfect for all kinds of things. Packages, hair clips, hair bands, all kinds of things. So I hope you'll stick with me through the end. Okay, we're ready to get started. Okay, for this flower we're going to need just a few things. No dyes or anything like that, just fabric, lace, maybe some pearls or something that you like for the center. This center I've just made out of a big flat back pearl and then some smaller ones in the center are around it. And it's pretty easy. This flower is pretty easy. It does take a few minutes to do because there are several layers to it, but it's really easy to complete and it looks really pretty and you can wear it as a brooch too. So just something to think about. All right, let's get started. So we are going to need hot glue. Got to have hot glue for this. Really, none of the other glues are going to work. They'll hold, but they won't be strong enough because you are going to need something that's fairly strong. You're going to need 2 1.5 inch or larger circles. I think these are 1 7/16 maybe. These are going to be to back the various parts of your flower, and I'm just using scraps from tags that I had made, and I decided that I didn't like how they looked. So you can go ahead and use scraps or whatever you want. Cut them by hand if you want, no big deal. And then you're going to need, in my instance, some big pearls. These are big flat back pearls, and then I'm also using some small ones. These I think are maybe like, oh heck, I don't know, 3mm. Does that sound about right? Probably not. I don't really know how to convert millimeters because I just don't. Okay, so, and then you're going to need some fabric. This is just a strip of fabric that I cut off some, a big piece that I got from Goodwill, and it's kind of a shabby, vintagey kind of colors. And then I've got some lace here that I got in a rack from someone, and I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then I've already made a pearl center for this new flower. So hopefully it all comes out and looks really good. I'm pretty sure it will. All right, so for the actual bottom layer of the flower, you're going to need about maybe about 24 inches of fabric. So we're going to go ahead and cut this at 24 inches or something close. I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm just going to snip that across, but you are going to need some more, so we're just going to set this aside for now. And then, because I like it to be kind of vintage shabby and, you know, I like it to be frayed on the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip about 1/4 inch in to each side. And then I'm going to try and just tear it down. I think that's not going to work. This, you know what, I might have to snip it just a little bit more in so I get a little bit more area, maybe about 1/2 inch in on each side. And then just tear it. Okay, and then do the same on the other side. You're just going to, this is taking up several minutes of the video. I'll probably have to edit a little bit of this out. I gotta tell you something. And it's not that it's bothering me, but I just feel like I have to say something. Now, my mama always taught me, if you don't have something good to say, you don't say anything at all. And I kind of live by that. Taught my daughter that same thing. If you don't have something kind to say to someone, maybe you shouldn't talk. Maybe nothing should come out of your mouth at that time. I had a comment the other day. Actually, it was today. And it wasn't nasty. It kind of struck me the wrong way, I guess. Somebody was, and I understand why this person said it, and the comment's no longer there because I didn't think it doesn't fit with my channel. I'm positive. I don't like negativity. You know, I don't want that surrounding me. So I deleted the comment. And whether that's right or wrong, that's another story. But the comment said, you know, maybe if you didn't talk so much, these videos wouldn't be so long. And something about someone who didn't have good dial-up speeds. You know, it took a while for it to download. And that part I can understand. But seriously, if you knew me in real life, I'm a talker. I talk about everything. I talk to anyone. That's just the type of person I am. And I think that I relay that in my YouTube videos. And I know, and I've said it jokingly sometimes, that you guys probably don't want to hear my rambling or whatever. But that's just how I am. And I'm really, honestly, I'm not going to change for anybody, because that's the type of person that I'm comfortable with this. And I can't, it's hard for me not to speak about things, not to tell you guys about my day, or not to, whatever, what went on. So, I'm sorry to those that are offended by my talkativity, if that's even a word. But that's just how I am. And I wouldn't come to your house and tell you not to be something that you are. So, I would like your opinion on the matter, what you guys think. And honestly, I didn't take it to heart, and I'm not offended by this person. So, it doesn't go in line with my channel. I'm a positive person. I don't want negativity. That's just how it goes. So I did delete the comment. Anyway, so let's get back to the flower. What I did here was I just put a little line of hot glue, and I'm just going to fold the edge over now, just because we want a fresh place to start. Okay, so I've torn my edges, and I've kind of tattered this part of the edge, just pulled out a few threads, so it's kind of hairy there, I guess you'd say. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just do a ruffled feature around the edge. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to put down my folded over edge. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to fold it over. It's just like accordion folding, really. That's all you're doing, is accordion folding the fabric, okay? And you're just pleating it, just giving it some pleats. And I like to just glue sometimes right in between the pleats so that it lays down nice and flat for me. And then I'm just going to continue doing that, and I'm going to go all the way around. Now, if you'd like to, you can fast forward in the video here until I'm done doing this, so you don't have to hear me chat, because this will take a few minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to keep doing that same thing. I'm just going to fold it over and then let it fall back, and then do the same thing. And your pleats don't have to be even, but if you like them that way, make them even. That's your prerogative. I'm just going to keep going around until I get all the way where I'm connected, okay? And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to kind of just hide that flap there. Not like you really see it anyway, because it is going to have that piece of lace over the top, but, just in case you're worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue down. And fold it over and give that pleat. And kind of try and stay along the outside edge. My fabric is about 1.5 inches wide here. So if you got to decide about how wide your lace is. In fact, for this flower, this lace might be a little bit too wide. I might have to find another one, because this flower is definitely going to be just a little bit smaller than the other one. So I'm just keep gluing and keep pleating till you get to the other side. Didn't this week fly by? I swear it's Monday. It just seems like, wow, this week has just gone by so fast. And, time is absolutely flying. Pretty soon it's going to be Christmas, then the new year. Insane. Time is just really zipping by. Okay, so once I get back to the starting point, I am going to cut my fabric, okay? Give it a snip. Give yourself about, a 1/2 inch or so, 1 inch, whatever. And then you're just going to do the same thing you did to start. You're going to take the hot glue and you're just going to put a line along the side. And you're just going to fold that edge over. And all you're doing is just giving yourself like a little clean slate right there. And then I'm just going to create that last pleat and glue it down. Okay, so this is what we look like right now. Now, if you had something that you wanted to put in the middle here, you could finish your flower if you had a big enough center. Okay, you don't have to go through these other steps that I'm going to do if you don't want to, but to me, this is just it's kind of too flat. I wouldn't say it's boring, it's just too flat for me, so I need something else on top. So that's where the lace came in. Now let me just check here and see if this lace is going to work. I think it might be too long. Yeah, you know what? I'll be right back. I need to get a different lace. I think that I have just enough here on this little piece of lace. Isn't that pretty? To go ahead and finish around this. So I'm going to just kind of just test it out just to make sure. Just doing few little pleats. I just want to see how much it's going to... Yeah, I think I've got enough here. All right, so we're going to start this the same way. We're going to get a nice folded edge so we have a good start point. And I don't like to start in the same place that I started the last one. I want to start someplace else because I don't want two finished edges together, basically. So I'm going to start this one on this side. And all I'm going to do is the same thing. Just going to put down a line of glue. Okay, and I'm just going to start my pleats. It's a little bit easier with lace. Just watch your fingers because the glue kind of sticks to or comes through the top, so you don't have to, you know, put as much down, I guess. And all I'm doing here is just making my pleats, and I'm going to go around in a circle, follow the edge here, just continue making pleats. Come on. Gets a little sticky when your whole hand is pretty much touching the hot glue. Now, you know, my fingers, I think, are just like calloused or something. They don't, the heat doesn't even really bother them anymore. I have to actually touch it like directly for to even feel it. So, you know, but you guys might not be the same as me, so be careful. I don't want you to burn your hands. Okay. I know some people are very sensitive to hot things. My husband is. He can't touch hot stuff for nothing. And I'm like, oh, it's not even hot. And he's like, are you crazy? Okay, so let's just finish this up. We're going to finish this one the same way as we finished the last one. You'll just fold it over and get that clean edge. Okay. Now, let me cut this off. I did have plenty, actually. My fingers are sticking to it. And then we'll just fold it over. And we'll create our last pleat. Put a little bit of glue there so it stays. And finish. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, we've got 2 layers. Now, if you have a big enough center here, you could finish it off right here. You know, I think it looks okay. But you have to make sure that your circle or your center covers all of this. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to take our other circle. And then we're going to take that piece that I screwed up the first time, and I'm just going to kind of twist it, just to twist it to get it started, because we're going to make this twisted flower here on the top. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just twist this up so I have a nice tight little starting point. Okay, I'm going to put some glue in the center here, and I'm just going to stick my edge right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to start rolling it. Twist and roll, twist and roll. I think I've actually done a tutorial on how to do this part of the flower before. Okay. So twist and roll until you get all the way to the outside edge. Okay, so we'll put our glue down. Twist, roll, same thing. And it's okay if the edges come off and the frayed part of it comes out, because that's just part of the flower. You know, that's part of that's the great part of shabby chic and vintage, you know, the worn look. And I just like to run my glue right along the edge of the last piece that was put down. And then I just put the next one down. Kind of experiment with flower sizes, you know, what you think is big enough and what you think needs to be a little bit bigger. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. Honestly, I didn't even measure. I just kind of eyeballed it when I made that first one. Okay. And these kind of flowers have been around forever. You can find probably a gazillion tutorials on YouTube on how to make this flower. It's nothing new. But it's pretty nonetheless, and these flowers have tons of uses. I see these kind of flowers for sale on Etsy all the time for headbands. Man, these people are making mints on these things, which is great. I'm happy for them because, you know, a lot of people don't want to take the time to make these things themselves. And I think that's really awesome that they found their little niche in the world and they're making some money. So are you guys getting ready for Christmas? Are you getting your Christmas list together on what you're going to be purchasing? I am going to try my hardest to purchase almost everything online this year. I love to go out and shop, but I just like the convenience of shopping online. Is there anybody else out there that's going to be doing that? Okay, so I'm almost finished here. Got it all the way around to the very last portion. Now, you see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this back and I'm just going to glue it to the back part here. Okay, so but I want to make sure that it's all the way adhered. Got that little piece of white right there. Put a little bit of glue there. And then just fold it over or roll it over. And then snip the back. Okay, and you can just put a line of hot glue right here. And then just fold your fabric down. Okay, so that when you look at it like this, you can't really even tell. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're going to put this right on top, just put a bunch of glue on it. Now remember, you want this to stay, depending on what your use is going to be. If you're putting it on a box or something altered, great. You don't really have to worry that this is going to come off because it's not going to get a lot of use. But if you're putting it on a hair clip or a brooch, you want to make sure people can touch it and feel it. So you do need quite a bit of hot glue. Okay, so now this is what it looks like now, and it could stay this way, but how cute would it look with a button in the middle too? That would be really, really pretty. Put some leaves off to the side or some feathers, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and put the same type of flower center in the middle, this pearl, and I'm just going to lay it. This is on red sticky tape, so it doesn't need any additional adhesive because that stuff is really sticky. And then you're done. Pretty, pretty. See the difference in the size even? All right, everybody, I hope that you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.